Alright, so that's what it looks like outside. We got a blizzard going on. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, but it's pretty well snowing straight sideways about half the time. Um, Actually, I went out a little bit earlier, and it looked like it was snowing upwards. Not straight up, it was about a 10-degree angle, but the guy I'm staying with is home, so working on this stuff is not exactly going to happen right now. He's woken up and he's watching his streaming videos, and it's really cold up here, so I got my hands in my pockets. I got a schizophrenic feller who's he called me, but I missed his call twice. He is schizophrenic, though, so he doesn't always make sense. When I say that Natalie and Maddie were my only friends after I hurt my back that came through, that's not entirely true. I mean, Christian, he was there every day to say hello too, but he was schizophrenic as all hell. Like him and Sam and Boatman and like 3 other schizophrenics pretty much kept me on rotation talking about crazy shit. Telling me that they're Jesus and shit like that. Christian thinks I'm King Solomon reborn or something like that. Sometimes he thinks I'm God, and I'm not God, not by any measure. I'm an imperfect being by a long shot, for damn sure. But if we're gonna change things, we gotta be honest. We have to admit our faults. We gotta look out for each other. We got coffee. It's got sugar in it. Thank goodness. My Tourette's is fucking with me today. Normally I can control it, but when I get overwhelmed, and that's just how it is. It was real emotional earlier, going through all that stuff. I mean, a lot of that mean shit that you guys hate me for, I'm, believe it or not, proud of myself for being able to force myself to do that. It's not something that I ever thought I had in me, first of all. And second of all, it's never something that I ever thought I would have to do to show the truth. I never thought I'd have to go to Ken and Leah's and light a fucking fire. This is going to be blank for about a minute. My hands are cold. We only have one room in the house that's heated. And my cigarettes and lighter are downstairs too. It takes me a minute to go up and down the stairs. It's pretty painful. But I guess we'll talk to Christian instead. Hey, Christian.
Hey, I just talked to the female side of you, which was the one I called mom. And basically, yeah, I'm just you have 4 kids, right? or 5?
I don't have any.
Oh, well, I just remembered there's Darth Raven, which is the one that wears the mask, you know, because I saw you as General Grievous. General Grievous, that's what you called yourself through a freaking screen, a flat screen. And that's when we tried saving you from the old school TV. That's when we tried saving you. When Anakin cut the screen, that happened shortly. I saw it shortly after. I saw it several years after. I saw it several years after. Basically, what you look like was a robot. You look like a freaking robot. But that's why you got it.
It's
That's
snowing
why
sideways
I'm
here,
not sure if
Christian. It's snowing sideways here in Nebraska. I don't know if you can
you're
hear
in
the gusts of
Nebraska?
wind. I am.
Oh, that sucks. Why are you in Nebraska, man?
I
Do you
can't
want to
go
say
to
a place you
Colorado.
can think of?
No, it's a matter of familiarity and a matter
Well,
of.
are you in America or the United States of America? Because I've been kind of flipping in between the two, trying to like find you and shit, and I just can't. Yeah, it's the middle youngest one.
You know, I used to have a recurring dream about something fucked up like that. I had a dream that the United States split into 3 different factions.
Yeah.
Yep. The middle of the United States. In my dream, it was a really weird dream. I was up at my dad's in Washington State when I was younger, and
But you could probably do it. You can actually probably do it in your sleep. I believe in you that much. Do you still have a little in your? I swear.
my dreams are haunted,
Oh, that's where
Christian.
those cherubs took over.
When I go to sleep, I dream about the abuse that I've taken. I dream about my
I
dead
am
friends.
Cassifer. Yeah, I know. I am him. I just, I had to. That was so long ago.
I changed a lot, Christian. I had to.
Well, the thing is, though, is that you were like the contact from the third kind. You know, you were like that big white being, that really tall, like 8 foot tall, like white being that was like looking for, you know.
I wasn't anything that spectacular, but I just looked out for people.
No, you were the creator of the universe, man. Like the best known universe, like the best known universe. Like I found out there's other universes out there, and like you were like the creator. You are or were or whatever, both of the best known universe, in existence. And basically like someone like
You know what, Christian? When you call me, although a lot of the stuff that you say just it doesn't
I
make
don't know.
much sense.
I love you. I
I know
don't
you
know
do.
exactly.
I know you do, Christian. That's the thing I was trying to explain is that when you call me, you're one of the few people who's ever called me just because you care, just because you were thinking about me, and
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, I
literally.
do all the time. All the time. Yeah. Well, not like all the time. I have to deal with my own life and do my own things, but you know, I'm living very poorly and you know, very like the thing is I can't see right, probably because I'm smoking cigarettes and drinking water and you know, cigarettes. I'm not really sure exactly what a cigarette is, but
Well, I can give you a list of everybody who makes me feel the way that you do when they call. I literally just hearing your voice because I don't have to prompt you to call. I don't have to beg you to call.
Let me,
I mean,
because you're still kind of caught in TVs, yo. You're still kind of caught in some TVs.
I'd like to live a real life, actually, Christian. I'd like to. The only people who make me feel like that are you and Miss Peaches and Natalie, and there aren't.
Who's that beautiful woman that is on your picture? On your picture.
That's Natalie.
It's okay. If this is liquid oxygen, when I see you, I'll melt.
When the boy calls me or gets a hold of me, I feel the same way. He's the only one that can make me feel that way in text messaging, though. But I can't talk to him no more.
You're still caught in some TVs, so you're still caught. You're still caught in like 5 or 6 TVs across somewhere in the universe. The one that you made. I'm not sure if it's anybody else's, but the Holy Spirit was even caught in the freaking TV. Like the black one, the one that manifested himself. That's right after something bad happened. I'm not sure. I'm like going through my memories and I'm not really sure if, yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying. I just know that I'm talking to your male and female side. And I know exactly who you are. And your female side considers me one of your kids. And she's taking care of 2 of them. Yeah, you have a female side. I see her probably differently than you would see her. But, the thing is I'm kind of tall, I don't know how I got so tall, but
I miss all my loved ones, bud. I miss everybody, even the ones that threw me away, even the ones that hate me. When I love you, I love you, and that's just how it is.
You don't have a bug. It's just you're like kind of in a TV, like a screen, electronic screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called YouTube.
It's about YouTube.
Well, I'm on
you're definitely
YouTube.
caught in like a big screen, like a TV, like a,
And I'm not the same person I was, dude. I'm not able to help people the way that I was. I'm not able to save lives. I'm not able to pass out blankets. I'm in this storm. I'm looking out the window.
Chazapher. Yeah, sweet.
I'm worried that
my name got changed to Christian Michael because I got adopted and I don't know, like something bad happened to me or something. Like I got abducted. Yeah, I got fucking abducted. I'm not sure by who, but if my name is Chazapher,
I'm worried about people we know freezing to death today, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I know you're all love. And the most intelligent, wisest yeah, I got on my thumbs, I got giant swirls. I got 2 in fact I've been trying to do everything your spirit or whatever's been telling me to. Yeah, I am Chazford because I'll let you look at my hands if I ever see you in the future. I don't know, like I want to, but if you're kind of having those dreams, I gotta.
I'm scared for a lot of people right now, Christian.
Yeah, well, the thing is that I thought you already blew up the universe.
I couldn't do that. It takes so much just for me to even force myself to threaten somebody. I mean that kills me to have to do that. I mean, just I hate it. I don't know of another way though. I tried everything else. I tried going to the police when it made a difference. I tried going to Derek and JoJo. I tried
What?
going to
After
Janine.
something bad happened? After something bad happened to you, and I tried helping you, like then I think I grew old and died, and I wasn't born in the same place. I wasn't born in the same place. Like I keep on like going down in the cosmos or something. I don't know. All I know is I know you guys can totally like, yeah.
It hurts not
I'm
being
not
able to
sure.
see them.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, Anakin got. I don't know. It's just people are watching these discs, and basically it's a crumple effect. You know, my name is Christian Michael Reno Bortnow, and I talk to your female side, and your female side actually loves me. That's why I'm actually like, yeah.
I am freezing up here.
Yeah, are you okay? Are you, do you, yeah, I'm not really sure, but I definitely know that I've served you many times.
You used to come into the Starbucks and talk to me. Right after I hurt my back, you came in a lot. That was
Yeah,
that was when Natalie rescued me.
yeah, I'm not really sure. It's just if I am Chazifer or if Dosi is Chazifer. I'm not really sure. I think I might be Chazifer. It's just because I called Dosia William, you know, and William was like, I'm dealing with because I'm dealing with the fallen angel Chazifer or whatever, you know. And
I haven't talked to Dosia in years.
yeah, I'm not really sure, you know. I mean, that's the whole thing is that that's what they named that kid, the one that caught you on the TV.
I'm wearing some
That's
fancy
when I tried
goggles
to.
right
That's when I
now.
tried to save you from the freaking TV. That's when I tried to save you. I literally pulled out a fucking lightsaber and me and Obi-Wan, you know, we like cut your cords from the TV. I did that literally. I mean, like normal, like our time. Our time. About yeah, yeah, yeah. I saved you from the TV.
Yeah, I suppose I could go running around telling people I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or maybe I'm
Yeah.
Sean Solo. Or Sean Luke Picard. But really, I'm just Sean. I'm not some deity. I'm not Jesus. I'm not.
You're the creator, dude. You're the freaking creator, man. That's something way more than God or Jesus or whatever. That's something way more, you know. Jesus, Dosia, or Will claim creation after you had, which was your disciple after something bad happened to you. You grew old, and then basically what?
Well, Jesus died a long time ago. Dosia is an actual human being we both know.
Yeah, he's cool. He was placed in a different.
I don't worry about him the way I worry about you, bud.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to like. The thing is that I've never really tried to hurt you, right? Ever.
I know
Or look
that.
at you wrong, or do anything to to.
Yeah, you never did me wrong. I can admit that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm Chazifer, but if that's Anakin, if I'm Anakin, yeah, we are that guy that saved you from the TV. We are that guy that saved you from the TV. We aimed and we blew up the TV shortly after, I think, or we were supposed to, or whatever. I was definitely one of the angels that hurt. I'm angelic, right?
You know, the last time we talked, you thought I was King Solomon.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you kind of, if you know that guy, you definitely kind of look like him a little bit. You know what I mean? If you're Solomon's father, then he definitely was one of the close. When he got older, he definitely. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I'm not really sure, but I know I tried to save you from a TV. I watched Anakin do it, and basically what happened was he turned on the TV. Yeah, that's definitely. I'm definitely one of the ones that call you to talk. If you're, yeah, if I had seen a zombie. You're still looking out for me, right?
I can't exactly look out for you from here.
Well, technically you can, but
I'm in Nebraska.
Wow,
I'm hundreds of miles away from you without a vehicle. My friend Rihanna, she wants me to go to Nebraska so she can take care of me. She got sober.
Yeah, that's what. The only problem is that I guess cigarettes are a lightsaber or something. I'm not really sure what cigarettes are, but they've been trying to freaking kill me the whole time. And who the fuck's Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker? I don't know. Obi-Wan's cool, but there's two Obi-Wans. You know that, right?
Yeah, actually, two different actors played him. Oh god, I hate stairs, dude. So much. We got a pretty decent blizzard here. Right now my fingers are frozen, so using the handrail is kinda not easy.
Yeah. Are you my dad?
I'm not. I'm not your dad. I'm just a Sean, bud.
Okay.
I'm not anybody's dad. I've only had sex twice my whole life. And both of those times were after I met you, so you're definitely not my kid.
Okay. Well, just know that I come in peace. So
I
you know, I
mean,
was baptized in the state of Nebraska, right?
you were? Where at? Kozad?
Uh, no. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where it was, but it was with Rachel Descent. You know, my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was baptized at Foursquare Church in Washington State. I had to sneak out of my dad's house to go. Actually, it's kind of interesting. My dad didn't want me going to church, didn't want me hanging out with the black kids, but we lived in the middle in the only nice street in the whole place. And I used to sneak out every Sunday to go to church.
Yeah.
Actually, I loved it up there, but you know, it was a minority church. There was a bunch of black people. There was a few white people in the congregation, but it was mostly black folks. And a lot of people, they only have the Hollywood vision of black folks being all Baptist and everything like that, but it wasn't the case, you know.
Yeah.
Then I moved here to Chapel, Nebraska, and three guys that were bragging about being in the KKK. First day I went to Chapel Assembly of God, those three guys are part of the congregation. Last time I went there, like the first time I went to the Assembly of God here in Chapel, there was probably easily 70 people in the congregation, which for a
Are
town
you
as
an
small
angel?
as Chapel, I'm not. All the angels I know are people, all the demons I know are people. But that all comes down to
Alright, well,
their
you know that I'm
decision.
an angel, right?
You're Christian to me. There was only 8 people or 7 people in the congregation other than me last time I went to the Assembly of God.
Oh yeah, I found that guy. I saw him. Yeah, I saw Mr. Greeny.
I don't think I know who that is.
I don't know. He looks like Super Mario. He looks like Mario, literally. He's got a big old nose.
You remember when Spencer killed Angus?
Uh,
He stabbed his best friend in the chest while tripping acid.
okay.
I was up at a camping spot by Netherland.
Are you like more angel or demon?
Um, I guess that depends
Because
on how you
I'm
look at
Michael.
it.
I'm Michael, dude.
Everything that
Yeah,
I do,
Michael.
I do to try to make the world a better place. Even the fucked up shit that I do, it's to try to bring attention to the situation and how people are treated. I mean, people like you and Zach Boatman, you know, you guys were just roll throughs in the jail. They never helped you. You were just making money for them. There's a lot of people like that out there that they take advantage of your disabilities and use you to make money, but they never actually help. I'm glad they finally put you in some housing and helped you out with that. But I don't know about Zach Boatman.
Are you safe? Where do you feel your pain, sir?
It's everywhere. I'm emotionally broken. I'm physically broken. I just want to go to sleep and never wake up. There's just too much mean in the world, and I hate taking part in it. I hate that that's the only way to get heard. I hate that that's
It's okay. I can't really see any of these things.
good, I guess. But I'm definitely not Solomon, and I'm definitely not General Grievous.
Are you Seraphim or the Lord? Are you the Lord?
I'm not,
Please tell me, why aren't you the Lord?
because I'm human just like you.
Are you Jesus?
I'm not. If I was, I'd have magical powers, and I'd be able to help people a lot better than I can now. If I was Jesus, I could feed the hungry. I could give blankets to people who are freezing. I could make houses for people, and I don't have that ability. I don't have magic powers like that. All I have is my voice now. I was real mean to the people who were mean to me. I didn't want to be, but they cut me off from being able to help people. And now I get to hear about my loved ones dying from a distance. Janine dying, that killed me
Janine died?
inside. Janine died, yeah. My friend Rory died. Anna died. Onyx died. Tiny died. A lot of people died.
Tiny? Are you talking about the little ones?
No, I'm talking
The
about
little guys?
no, I'm talking about he used to be a street folk. I guess he was a little before your time. Tabby went to his funeral, and I watched her kids while she went. It was we lost a lot of people. A lot of really good people. I don't know the right thing to do all the time. I really don't. I know there's a lot of stuff that if I knew how to do it, then I could make a lot bigger impact. I could make a lot more change. I could be heard, but I'm not a computer whiz. I'm not magic.
Well, I'm still alive.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're still alive. I'm indoors and it's so cold that my face is freezing. I got my hands in my jacket, keep them warm. But there's people that are stuck outside in this. I mean, on days like this, I'm always worried about my older brother. I'm always worried about Mobley, and I'm worried about a lot of people right now, dude. I mean, I walked people to the warming centers, but I slept in this shit. I couldn't handle that many people, so I always slept in this shit. I'm lucky I got a gentleman who took me in. It's just supposed to be temporary.
Yeah. Where are you at?
Chapel, Nebraska. It's right across the border from Sedgwick, Colorado. Every once in a while, the wind gust, because this is an old house, so you can actually feel the wind gust move the house.
I'm a cat now.
You're a cat?
Yes, I'm a cat now. I reincarnated after I died.
Well, you're the first talking cat I ever encountered.
Cool.
Veronica Randall threw me away again. I still talk to Brandon, though. Yeah. She was mean to me, and when I was mean back, she didn't like it. Although, in that case, I wasn't trying to be mean. She was just being incredibly mean and texting and typing, and I'm used to that out of her. Like, she's one of those people that shouldn't be allowed to, she shouldn't be allowed to text. I think texting is probably one of the most evil things that we have going on right now, because you can't hear people's tone of voice, and a lot of people, they just can't type that fast. By the time I respond to one of her texts, she's already sent 6 more, and then whatever it is that I'm replying to, she basically gets to pick and choose which question it is that she thinks I'm answering to, and it's a pain. So yeah, that happened. I haven't passed out blankets in years. I want to. I want to get back to saving lives, you know? I mean, being homeless in Boulder and helping people out was fulfilling. It gave me a purpose. Having that shop out on 75th and Arapahoe allowed me to build things and make things to make people's lives better. And now I can't do that. They were giving
What
me
if I was Jesus?
um if you were Jesus, I wouldn't like you very much. There's just too much pain and cruelty in the world.
What if I was Michael?
The Archangel?
Yeah.
I would hope that you would do something to change things. And if you were Jesus, I would hope that you would change things. We got a lot of people who are hurting right now, and they need help. We get to hear about people in third world countries going through stuff, and people say to the homeless, at least you're not in Africa. And that's a terrible excuse to do nothing. I mean, we got people in America living like they live in a third world country. They're not even allowed to build a house. They're not even allowed to put up a tent without getting harassed and having their stuff stolen by the police or having it bulldozed. I remember going up to Netherland one year, and as we were setting up the camping spot, we were picking up the garbage from the people who were there before. We got to see the people that were there before. They had a pretty nice camper that they drove through with, but they just left the place a pigsty.
Yeah.
And as we were picking up the garbage, park ranger came up and said that we'd been there too long. We'd just gotten there. Told us that we'd already been there 14 days and our time was up and we had to leave. They do that to homeless people a lot. Make fun of us for not being clean. Where I'm at now, we don't even have a hot water heater, so first world problems, right? I haven't taken a shower in a good long while. I've had one shower since Christmas.
Really?
Yep. Going out in public kind of sucks. There's a lot of people that hate me. A lot of people that listen to rumors instead of finding out what's going on. I had to do something desperate to try to force the cops to do their jobs, but you just can't make bad people do the right thing. You can't pay the cops enough to do the right thing. A lot of people don't understand that they treat us differently than they treat people in nice houses. I don't know though. It's tough. I mean, right now I should be recording stuff so that I can show what's been going on, but my fingers get cold too quick and then they just don't want to work.
I'm an angel, son.
Well, I hope you do some good for the world.
I try. First, I need a map of the world. Can you send me one of those?
I'll take a screenshot when we get off the phone.
Okay.
I miss you.
Miss you too.
Natalie and her family just didn't understand. They didn't understand at all. They didn't understand that I was in a new place and I was dehydrated and my car was broken and I had that broken phone that just wouldn't work and it destroyed my whole life. They didn't understand the cruelty that I was going through because they didn't tell the truth. And I let them know what was going on, and they still wanted to play victim. While their friends and family were harassing me and threatening me and assaulting me, and they just didn't want to listen. The cops didn't want to listen. My friends didn't want to listen. Before she died, everybody had all this stuff they wanted me to do. Well, Sean, if you do this, Sean, if you do that. I'm like, I don't have the ability to do those things. I'm trying. I need help. I don't need you to tell me to do stuff that I'm already doing. I need help doing them. I don't need you to do it for me. That won't teach me how to do it. I don't need you to yell at me. I don't need you to push me or shove me. I don't need you to put me in a headlock. I need you to help. I don't need you to text me how to think and how to feel. I don't need you taking what I'm texting at you completely wrong and then throwing me away like trash. They didn't get it. They didn't understand. Like when they talk about being alone, they're talking about not having a boyfriend or not having a girlfriend. When I'm talking about being alone, I'm talking about being by myself and being victimized for it because I'm easy to victimize because I'm by myself. Having Asperger's, like when you tell people that you got Asperger's, there's a lot of people that I never told. And because I never told them, they always thought of me as intelligent. Like, Sean, you know exactly what you're saying. You know what's up. You're a really smart dude. Fucking you know things that most people can't figure out in 80 years. But then once they find out that I'm autistic, they just automatically assume that I'm wrong. They automatically assume that I must be fucking crazy, that I must not know what's going on. So I didn't run around telling everybody that. With Tourette syndrome, that's different because, I do the winky blinky thing with my eyes and I have to control that at all points in time. And people don't understand how much that takes, how much energy it takes to not do that. And people say, look me in the eyes, look me in the eyes. And that makes it worse because then I'm not able to hear what they're saying. I'm focusing on looking them in the eyes. I'm pretty cold Christian.
Okay.
I'm gonna go downstairs in the warmth, but I'm gonna have to let you go first because I don't want to disrupt the guy that I'm staying with's life too much. When you do that, they tend to not let you stay for too long. So I pretty much just keep my mouth shut, keep my head down, and play my video games or type or whatever, anything to keep my mind off of the shit that's going on. A lot of people keep inviting me to come see them in Colorado because they didn't pay any attention to what was going on, and most of them I messaged them try to get them to call me and talk to me, and they didn't pay any attention to what was going on, and they
Do you
wanted
remember
to
ever
type
having
pretty
sex
words.
with a girl named Ellen Beasley?
Do what?
Do you remember having sex with a girl named Ellen Beasley?
No, never had sex with a girl named Ellen Beasley. The only two women I've ever had sex with are Brianna Hernandez Cordona and Brianna Ingersoll. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a few days, all right, bud?
Okay.
All right, be safe. I love you, bud.
I love you too, man.
Let's see if I can figure out how to hang this up. The hang up part, there's a crack over it, so I have to press the button like 20 times to get it to work. I'm still pressing it. It's not working. There it goes. He's not a bad dude. He's just schizophrenic. You can imagine my back was pretty screwed up. I couldn't walk more than a block. I felt like I was going to fold in half like an accordion. And every day it's Christian talking about purple aliens and lizard people and King Solomon and a bunch of other shit like that. And Zach Bowman talking about being Lucifer and a bunch of crazy shit like that. And Sam wearing a plastic Walmart tablecloth for a dress, talking crazy at me. Fuck, it just got overwhelming. The police wouldn't leave me alone. They just kept harassing me, and Natalie saved me from all that. She was trying to help me get a job working with the Save the Bees people. And she drove me out to storage so I could lighten up my backpack. And Maddie Boa, she came to see me almost every day, and she was my savior from all of that crazy, all of the Lucifer stuff, all of the Archangel stuff, all of the purple alien stuff, all of the I'm pretty cold though. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna try to warm up. I'll probably come up here and try to use my phone to film the messages between me and Alicia. I don't know how much I'll be able to film before my hand's too shaky, before I can even get started on that. I gotta warm up. Got a tickle in my throat.